Good day, dear readers, viewers, watchers, and listeners. I pray all is well out there. We're going to continue at this time in the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Let us continue. Let us resume play. Let us begin. Rome. Late at night, Darius and Artemius arrived in the city. "Shall we go directly to Caesar, or?" wondered Darius. "I'd better sleep and decide at dawn." He entered his house. "It seems I haven't been here for ages." He felt sad. "I'll drink some wine. It'll relax a bit." "What is Cornelius doing at the moment?" Darius fell asleep. He saw the only scenery in his dream. There was a huge aspen cross, and it seemed it is about to fall and squeeze him. A woman in white was trying to hold this cross. Zarya, is it you?" Darius woke up. The sun was shining and the day promised to be warm and tender. Darius woke up in a bad mood, and thus he followed to Caesar. "What happened to you? Why did it take you so long?" These were the first words Tiberius Caesar said upon meeting with him. Darius didn't know how to start this conversation. He pronounced, "I am the investigator, and I had to slice and dice the deed of horror." "Exactly. This is what I'm interested in the most. Have you seen this prophet?" "I saw God. I talked to him. I saw his ascension to the heavenly kingdom. I witnessed many other wonderful things." At this moment, Nero broke into the room. Where is the prophet?" Darius smiled. "He is already in heaven. Why didn't you bring him here?" "Respectful Nero, I could bring you to any place, but God is impossible to bring. You can only follow him." "What are you talking about? What God?" "The true God." "You, the smart man, have distinguished God in that beggar?" "Exactly, in him. I saw whatever is impossible to see for you anywhere." "It was God. God is sacred and most important. It does not belong to you. You do not deserve to even touch him." "Yes, I feel that," said Nero, "that I sent the wrong one to investigate this case. Tell me, did this prophet live as a human on the earth?" "Why, lived? He keeps living everywhere around us." "Does he live with me?" "No, Nero, I believe a devil lives with you." "Darius, you know the Senate may..." "Yes, I know. I'll leave myself, not because of your whim, when you happen to get there." Darius pointed to the sky. "You will change your mind. There's no earth, but much more than that." "What more?" Tiberius interrupted Darius. "Who killed the prophet? That's what I want to know." "I have a list of people. Bring them here." "Here they are. They are with me." Yes, I trusted these people. Bring them here immediately." "Nero, you may go." "Darius, stay here." "What for, I wonder?" "I want to talk to you more, human to human." "Fox," Nero thought. "I'll scam you anyway. and I'll wipe out Tiberius. Tiberius was dreaming about Zaria and about Cornelius. Most bothering thought for him was, where is Jesus? Where is he? The great space is so huge and we're so small, lost in the universe. Tiberius, what's wrong with you? Tiberius, I'm listening to you. Can we talk confidentially? This glow, we saw it. Was it? Yes, it was exactly what people were thinking about. Moreover, they knew. So he was, yes, I saw him and how he ascended to heaven. Tiberius wondered, yes, on the heavenly chariot? Was that a dream? No, Tiberius, I don't hide anything from you as from the human and as the one at the state service. Why, Pilate and Herod kept the truth from me. They were afraid of Jesus. He was much stronger than they were. He was God. They were earthly rulers. Pontius is a reasonable man. This is how you see him, though, yes? He is a reasonable man, but not in this deed. Herod is weak and strong at the same time. Depends on what facet to look at him. You will need to be both judge. They are guilty in the death of God. I confirm. I can't condemn all people. Yes, they insisted on the execution of the innocent person. In reality, God. Tiberius, I feel that Nero... Tiberius, I understood you. When I heard there was a massacre. Don't tell me about it. I feel I'll have to resign. Nero... Tiberius, I know. People killed God and we are just ordinary humans, easily defeated by evil. We hope for the best. Tell me, Tiberius, what was he like? Tiberius, he was a typical human. He had only 2 birthmarks. He was singing like a night bird. He was singing the spiritual song, the song of our souls. His soul sounded differently. He was special, though not enough to say special. He is God. He was great as the sun shining from above. Tiberius, I am ashamed. I want your advice. What should I do now? What can I say? Summon Herod and Pilate, members of the Synedrion, from the list that I gave you. Continue an investigation under them. I've done and seen enough. I personally think the guilty must be punished by justice. God will punish them too. I can't even imagine what that will be. Tiberius, I do as you say. I will send a messenger to Jerusalem. Tiberius, don't hesitate. Yes, I understand. I saw this glow in the sky and had to think a lot. Do you see Nero's behavior? He wants to replace me and wants to eradicate everything divine. Yes, he has done so much. I know. God's power won't mercy him. Tiberius, enough for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I have to think more. Sure, Tiberius. You may go then. Nazareth. Mary safely reached the place, and when she saw her house, she burst into sobbing. The whole life of her only son flashed in her memory. Paul, Barnabas, come in. This house will become your spiritual home. I ask you to bring everything in order here. I want to walk to my favorite place. It attracts me with its miraculous power. Mom, we will sort everything out. Go, have a rest, or walk. Mary walked away silently. Paul, I can't believe it is the place where Jesus Christ lived. Barnabas, he almost didn't live here. He was traveling all the time. Still, it is his family's house. his house. It is the whole of our earth, everything we see and breathe in. I understand. It is so joyful to be in the house where teacher and God lived. Mary sat silently, though thoughts were torturing her. They were bothering and tearing her soul apart. Once she heard, "Mom, I'm here, next to you. I ask you, don't be sad." "Emmy, I hear you, but I feel so sad." "Mom, I'm telling you, sadness is a temporary feeling. Beyond is only divine for both of us, and we will be together." "Emma, I believe you." "Mommy, I ask you, don't put your hands down. Continue what I've started." "Son, I'm trying." "No, Mom, come back home. Paul and Barnabas cleaned the house. You may rest in comfort. Sleep a lot. Don't think about anything. There will be much joy ahead, though there will be sorrow too." Jerusalem. Cornelius couldn't sleep. He felt out of place. He was overfilled with grief. His soul was crying, "God, I am not strong enough to rest my soul. So hard to leave it in the past, to be far from you and from the people I get used to staying by. Is this challenge I can't meet? What shall I do?" "Cornelius, join my disciples. Go to Nazareth. You'll feel much better there." "Sure, Jesus, I'll do that. I kneel before you and before all the sacred and divine." "Thank you, Cornelius." According to Luke. Cornelius was a decent and kind man. Everyone noticed that. His sincerity and jokes, especially his smile, made us consider he was a human born by God. Even when talking to Jesus, he was smiling and making jokes. Jesus laughed and kept saying, "Cornelius, believe it or not, but your soul is warmer than the sun. Rejoice, as there are few people like you." It was clear Jesus respected him. He liked all cheerful people. He was so glad to such people as to babies. At the same time, Cornelius was very strong. He had no fear and looked like a real warrior. His body represented the unusual strength. He used it in extraordinary cases. When there was a real threat to Jesus Christ, he looked very much like Barbius. Once in Jerusalem, a fight began. Cornelius was just watching, but at some moment he couldn't bear it anymore. I witnessed how the troublemakers were flying out like heavenly birds. Though Cornelius was still calmly doing the job, he was good at it. Jesus saw that too. When the fight ran out, he said, "Cornelius, I saw the real God in you, the God of justice. You didn't hurt anyone, but gave a good lesson. Teacher, I am human. Cornelius, I don't blame you. Teacher, please understand me. As a soldier, I have to maintain discipline everywhere. Every human is beautiful in his or her own way. Cornelius was no exception. His body included the part of God's creation. 7 weeks passed since Jesus ascended to the heavenly kingdom. Peter, with disciples, hit the road to Mother Mary, visiting every settlement on the way and preaching God's truth. They were met differently. Those who didn't know Jesus demanded Jesus to appear in front of them. It was so hard to prove anything to them. Disciples were doing their best. Sometimes they proved the truth and were very satisfied. They were thrown sometimes with stones. In such moments, their souls felt offended, but kept being tolerant and never gave up on the divinity. As soon as they reached Nazareth, they visited God's mother. Peace be with you, God's mother. Lord, Peter, here you are. I'm sorry I didn't expect to see you. Mother Mary, don't worry. We have brought presents for you. Cornelius, you are here too. Yes, Mary, I can't live otherwise. Thank you, Cornelius. I see you are still devoted to my son. Mary, no, there are many followers of Jesus, and there will be more in the future. You'd better tell us what to do. Cornelius, my children, I can't tell you what to do or not to do. You are quite mature men, and you have to decide yourself. Your path was opened to you by Jesus. You have to follow this path and carry to people the teaching of Jesus, our Savior. Peter, why are you sad? I'm trying to figure out what to undertake. Listen to your soul, Peter. Mother Mary, I'm trying to hear it. I don't want to make a mistake in my choice. Well, you have time. Thoroughly think it all over and choose your own path. But for now, so far, relax. Though I believe your thoughts won't allow you to do that. God's fire is burning in your souls. This fire will guide you in your deeds and thoughts. Mother Mary, you are right. It is only the fire that can guide us along the sinful earth, and we don't have much time to hesitate. We have to hurry up. The heavenly kingdom expects a good harvest from the planted seeds. Peter, I told you, God's fire would show you the right choice. Jerusalem. Pontius, what is it, Claudia? A messenger has come back from Rome. Let him in. In a minute, a messenger has come. Pontius attentively looked at him and understood everything. I'm listening to you. Tiberius Caesar demands you to come immediately to Rome, along with Herod. I told Herod he is ready to go. I am ready too. I have been waiting for the right hour. Well, the hour has come. You can go to Rome, and I'll come later. No, I have to bring you. I can't get back alone. You'll have to wait for some time. We will leave for Rome within 2 days. Pontius was nervous. He was losing his temper. What have I done? I won't escape from justice. I'll tell the truth no matter what. Herod, I think, will do the same. What should I do for God? How can I ask him for mercy? Here is the core of the future life of my family. However, I don't feel any home coziness. We live with Claudia like wild animals. Sometimes we do not even notice each other. It looks like there is nothing to lose, but I don't want any troubles. Claudia came up to Pontius and hugged him. I understand we have to get ready. Yes, Claudia, we have to be ready, but I don't know what for. Don't think it as something pleasant. I mean, for myself and Herod at least. They cried. In the tears and grief of their souls, they saw a face of Jesus who was looking at Pontius and Claudia and didn't pronounce a word. This glance was special. He was looking for long. Pontius couldn't bear it. Tomorrow morning we have to move. I can't live like this anymore. Tiberius may say anything to me, but my judge was my consciousness. It will decide. Whatever decision it'll make. Claudia looked at Pontius. Don't pronounce anything, Claudia. It will be better for you and me. I don't want any contradiction with you now. Pontius left Claudia alone. She sat down and sobbed very loudly. God, forgive us. I know that you can't save us. I know you can't save us. But please forgive. Dear readers, we will pause and we will stop there. We will resume play at another day, another time, in the book entitled The Sacraments of Eternity. Until next time, dear readers, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Thank you.